What is up, YouTube? Okay, Breaker Mighty here with a I always say very special video, but this is pretty special. This is pretty special. So this is a lot like you're gonna read the title, so you already know. But this is a lot like the Miley Cyrus video where I went through her career and I broke down my favorite songs and my favorite albums. I just want to talk about Ariana Grande today, basically. And I chose today because tomorrow is National Donut Day, and you'd be thinking Ariana Grande and Donut Day, why does that have to correlate? May I remind you, back in 2000, I think 15, she went to a donut shop and she was with her ex-boyfriend Ricky. I think it was Ricky. And they were at a donut shop and she was just like, ew, this is disgusting. Oh, I hate America. I hate donuts. Ugh. And basically that was the controversy about Donut Day and Ariana Grande. She didn't do it on Donut Day. She did in mid-July, I'd say. And I think correlation to Miley Cyrus on when she was hosting SNL, she sang about how Ariana Grande licked a donut and said how she hated America. So that's the correlation with, because I want to talk about music and stuff, but I want to make a mukbang out of it. I want to eat something that relates to the artist and then talk about their work while I'm eating that food that relates to the artist. And it just so happens to be donuts for Ariana Grande. I heard Miley Cyrus like pizza, so I ate pizza for that. And donuts, fitting, it's fitting. I went to my favorite donut shop, my childhood favorite donut shop, and just my favorite donut shop in general. Because if I'm going to go to a donut shop, I'm going to go to this one. If I have a choice, I'm going to go to this one. And I'm going to go to the Donut Stop on Lee May Ferry. I don't live near there anymore, so don't stalk me. But I love the Donut Stop. And they're open at 4:30 a.m. That's baller. Come on. How do you wake up that early for a donut shop? And they're very affordable. They're very cheap. I got 6 donuts. Well, I ate a couple already. But I had 6 donuts for $5. Dude, hello, bargain, hello. All right, so we're gonna start off. She has 6 albums, so we got a lot to get into. We're gonna start off with a little appetizer, a little donut hole. Look at that, donut, cinnamon sugar. If you're gonna eat a donut hole, might as well get cinnamon sugar. Fuck all that sugar shit. Fuck all that powdered sugar. Get the cinnamon sugar. Let's dive right in. Yours truly. Oh my god. Dude, you're so good. Oh my god. Here, let me get a little cross check. Oh my god. Yours truly, her debut album. Let's get into it. So, for this process, I only picked 3 songs for each album. And I'm going to give a quick synopsis of my opinion and my top 3 favorite songs. If there's a standout track, I might include it, but no promises. So, going right off, Right There, featuring Big Sean. Pop perfection, R&B perfection, rap perfection. Well, rap feature perfection. Because in the history of pop and R&B music, there's some sort of rap influence feature, and this one knocks it out of the park. I love it so much. I love the live versions. I need Big Sean and Ariana Grande to make more music together. And I know they're both married, or I know Ariana Grande's married now, recently now. But I think Big Sean's either engaged or he got married. I don't know too much about Big Sean. I'm a fan of Big Sean, but I'm not a super hardcore fan of Big Sean. I'm not gonna go out to bat for him. Let's just say that. Anyway, but it's a bop. It's a bop. It's very vague but it's a bop. The Way, oh my gosh. The Way, that was my introduction to Ariana Grande. And that was during a time where I didn't really care for pop music at the time. And I was just like, are they really gonna stick around? I don't know. Like, I was super skeptical about her trajectory. I don't know. I was very skeptic about how far is this girl gonna go. And you'll see as my opinions change that it's gonna go far. I love it. But The Way, it's great. Honeymoon Avenue. That's a great song. It's a great intro. Great intro. You'll see in a moment. It's not my favorite intro, but it is a great intro. It's a very solid intro. I love it. I love it so much. I love it. It's well crafted. It's a really good synopsis of like what you're gonna get into when you listen to an Ariana Grande album. So that's it. All right, moving on. We got My Everything. Ooh, this was when I was becoming a fan. And this was when she did the whole, ugh, I hate America. I had to do it. So this is when I was becoming a fan. This album has a lot of top chart hits to it. I think there's like 4, 3, 5 to them. This album. I'll tell you my favorites in a moment. But this is like her most pop appeal album. So most pop appeal. So she's just like hit mainstream at this point. Like, yeah, she had pop hits in her last one. But this is when she's like skyrocketing. She's on the charts and she's like killing it. So my favorites off the My Everything is Baby Be Mine. The runs on that. I would give all of my toes. I would give all of my toes just to have those runs and that vocal ability on Baby Be Mine. On it. Like, I wish I had that. I'm jealous. Like, I don't want to be a singer, but I'm jealous of her vocal ability on Baby Be Mine. Like, come on. It's so good. I can't. And then my anthem is Break Free. I love Break Free. Yeah, it's a very pop song. It's like pop to definition. But I love it. I love it so much. I love it. I love its messaging. I love its instrumentation. I love everything about it. It's great. She has such power vocals. Oh, awesome. And then the last one on that one is Just a Little Bit of Your Heart. I saw that for the first time on the Grammys live performance. Blew me away. Oh, like, as some people say, snatch my wig. I don't know. Fucking blew me away, man. I was just like captivated. I was captivated. They said she was performing at the Grammys. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I was a fan at that time, but I wasn't like a hardcore fan. But I was a fan. And I was like, okay, she's performing. Awesome. Exciting. And then she performed Just a Little Bit of Your Heart. And I was like, jaw dropped. Like, I love it. The Grammy performance, great. Love that song. That song, in my opinion, just took her to new heights. And I was excited to see what's coming next. And what's coming next? It's Dangerous Woman. And we're going to move on to a glazed donut. Just a simple glazed donut. Why get so fancy? Just get a glazed donut. Kind of like my opinion on Dangerous Woman. I was super amped and hyped about the release of this album. But in retrospect, it's not my absolute favorite. It's on the lower end. Like, I'm not going to rank all the albums in this video. But let's just say it's on the lower end. Like, maybe it's above Yours Truly. Oh, it actually is below. It is above Yours Truly. But I'm not ranking them. But it is a little lower. But this is when I became a stan. Like, definition stan. I was a stan. I was eating and gobbling everything she threw out. Focus. We're not getting into that. But I was eating and gobbling everything she put out. So my favorites are Moonlight. This is her best intro. her best intro. Her best intro. Period. Her best intro, period. There is no intro on her album that can beat Moonlight. No way. No one comes in comparison. Nothing. Nothing. Moonlight is the best intro. Don't fight me on that. And if you want to fight me on that, I will murder you. Retract that. I'm not putting threats out into the world. And then the other one is Leave Me Lonely by Macy Gray. Well, featuring Macy Gray. So I'm conflicted. I'm conflicted on Leave Me Lonely. I love the fact that she has Macy Gray as a feature, but Macy Gray doesn't really do a lot. And I feel like if you're gonna have Macy Gray on a song, you're gonna want her to do something. Like, she did something, but you want her to do the Macy Gray thing. And I just feel like Ariana Grande overshined her. And yeah, I love her vocals. The Ariana Grande vocals on this song are impeccable. They're great. The lyrics are amazing. Macy Gray, phenomenal. I just wish I had a little bit more from Macy Gray. Like, maybe a bridge. All she sings is a bridge. Maybe a verse, an outro. I don't know. I feel like she only had like 4 lines of lyrics. I feel like she could have gotten a little more, but I love this song. I love it a lot. I love it so much. Anyway, and then the third one is Touch It. I would put, so here's another honorable mention. I'm not doing that a lot, but Know Better and Forever Boy was really close, neck and neck to Touch It. And I ultimately went with Touch It because it's a great fit. Like, the vocals and the instrumentation, they match. Like, it's a great match. It's a phenomenal match. I love it. It's amazing. So, anyway, it's great. It's just a great song. And I don't know, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from that, but I love the song Touch It. I picked that over a lot of... Dangerous Woman's not my favorite album. Let's just say that. And I know, like, a lot of people love that album. And I loved that album at the time. But she has so much better ahead. So we're going to get into that ahead. So we're going to go on to my favorite album. We're going to my favorite album. We're going to do my favorite donuts. One of my favorite donuts ever. So if you have a donut spread, this is the one I'm going for. This, a fried croissant. Not technically a donut, but a fried croissant is my favorite donut. Oh my God. I love fried croissants so much. They're so crunchy and crispy, and you get the glaze on it. It's sweet. Ooh. And we're going into Sweetener. Sweetener. Ooh, well, let's get into it. Oh my God. I love fried croissants. If you've never had a fried croissant before, get one now. Like, go to your donut shop, demand a fried croissant. Don't do that. Actually, don't do that. Don't go to your donut shop and demand shit. Don't do that. But, like, look for a fried croissant. It's really good. I love it. I'm going to dip back of that, actually. I'm going to dip in that later. I can't talk, it's so good. Oh my God. Okay, let's get together. Okay, so Sweetener, that's when I became an official stan. Like, official stan. Like, before I was a stan, this was like stan, ride, or die. I am a stan. Official stan. Like, I love Sweetener. Sweetener, I am confident enough to say Sweetener is my favorite Ariana Grande album. Like, if you're like, oh, why are you an Ariana Grande fan? I'd be like, listen to the album Sweetener, you'll know. Like, literally, I love this album so much. I'm excited to get into it. Let's get into it. REM, oh my gosh. REM is so good. It's a well-crafted pop R&B song. That's definition. If you're looking for a perfect pop R&B, REM. REM, go REM. Like, that's it. That's literally it. I would add on, listen to the Beyonce demo track. It is also really good. I prefer the Ariana Grande version. I mean, I love the Beyonce one, but Ariana Grande's one's so much better. And Beyonce released the demo track the day Sweetener came out, which I'm really glad it didn't overshine because it is really good. But I love REM by Ariana Grande. Like, it's just so good. And then Better Off is the other one. I love Better Off so much. Out of all of her songs, this is the one I would most likely cover, like playing my bass guitar and like singing or whatever. Excuse me. But yeah, this is the one I would most likely cover. I love this song. It's so like dramatic, but like in a very chill way. Like, I can't deal with the drama. And it's so chill and I love it. And I don't want to bring this up because it is a dark subject, but I feel like it's about Mac Miller. And that's all I got to say on that. We're going to move on because he didn't die at that album release. He died before the other one. So, I mean, I guess regrets were made. I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much, but I love that song a lot. It's so great. Dramatic, but chill. I love it. And then the other one is Get Well Soon. Get Well Soon, mental health track. Like, check your mental health. Like, she wrote this song mainly for the Manchester bombings, which I looked into it a little bit. It seems really bad. It was really bad. And they had a whole charity benefit concert. That was really awesome, but it was pretty bad. Like, a couple dozens of people's lives are affected permanently from bombing at an Ariana Grande concert. Not to get dark, but that's freaking dark, dude. Like, oh my gosh. And then I don't know the exact time. Don't fact check me on this, but she did the exact time of like so it was like 5 minutes and 12 seconds. I feel like so it's 512. Was that the number of people who were affected? 512. I can't remember. Or I don't know. It was like it was like 5 minutes and 12 seconds. She ends the song at like 4 something, and then she has like a whole gap of silence at the end because she wanted to take a moment of silence for those who are lost or had a serious injury that affects their life. That's insane. And it's very touching. It's so touching. Every time I listen to that song and I listen to the whole gap, I give that moment of silence. I let it breathe. I think about that concert. I give that respect. I give it respect. And I love it so much. And I always go back, every now and then, I go back to that interview with her and Ebro on Apple Music where she's crying about the situation, really. And it's heavy. It's freaking heavy. And I love it so much. But it's heavy. Like, I love it in a good way. I don't know. I love the positives of it, basically. So moving on. Moving on. But basically, Sweetener was the album where I was like, I'm officially a stan. I am a stan of Ariana Grande. She is my favorite. I love her, protect her, love her. Moving on to Thank You Next. I only got one more. Oh my god, I've said this before, but get a fried croissant. Fried croissants are the shit. They're my favorite donut. Oh, I love fried croissants. So Schnucks, the local St. Louis grocery store, they have fried croissants, and I had a pizza job back in like 2015. And I would be on my way. I'd take the bus, and the bus stop I would take was next to a Schnucks, and I would go into the Schnucks before I head on the bus, and I would grab a fried croissant and like a vitamin water or like a Red Bull. I'd go to work with a fried croissant and I'd eat it on the bus, and I'm not supposed to eat on the bus, but I would do it anyway. I love fried croissants. Oh, I love fried croissants. Anyway, Thank You Next. So Thank You Next was the era where I literally became obsessed. I was obsessed. So before I was an official stan, knock that up a notch. Like, come on, like, I'm obsessed. Like, I love Ariana Grande. So my favorite tracks from Thank You Next are, coincidentally, none of the single tracks. Well, actually, none of the single tracks from Sweetener are my favorites either. Although I really like their singles. I don't have a lot of single favorites, but all her singles are good. I don't hate their singles. I mean, I like her B-sides more. I don't know. So my favorites are NASA. Love NASA. I love NASA. I need more songs about space. So call out to all artists. If you can make more songs about space and planets and satellites and shit, I want it. Like, I want it, please. I love NASA so much. I'ma need space. I'ma need space. Like, come on. I love NASA. You be like I can't think of the lyrics right now, but I'm so on a high. I can't. But I love NASA so much. It's so good. Ghostin. I know Ghostin's not her favorite, and she said she like didn't really like putting it on the album. I love Ghostin. I think the instrumentation is at like peak levels for her. That instrumentation was made for her, and her vocal layers are really good. Her vocal layers on Ghostin, impeccable. Like, I would dare to say Ghostin vocal layers are the best vocal layers she's ever done. That's it. That's it. Anyway, I mean, I get the messaging behind it, and it seems a little shady, not to be bad. Like, not for me to be shady by calling it shady, but I get where she's coming from when she says, I regret putting that on the album. Or, I don't know if she regrets, but I can see that she's not enthused about it. But I love Ghosting. I love Ghosting a lot. And then Needy. Needy is... So, what was the other? Imagine was the opening track for Thank You Next. But when Needy came on, I was like, oh, game on. Game on, Ariana Grande. I love Needy. I love Needy. I love it as a song itself. But most importantly, I love it when she sang that on her Netflix concert film documentary thing. It's a concert film with documentaries spliced into it. Not entirely documentary. I guess just... It's a concert film. I don't know. But I loved her live performance in that one. It was so good. And how it was like smoky and like the dancers were like still but like also kind of moving slowly. It was so good. I love Needy. It's a great song. I love it. Okay, moving on to positions and our final donut. So this is a caramel Long John. I say caramel, but I don't get mad when people say caramel. And sometimes I say caramel. I flip-flop. I don't care if you say it one way or another. Let's just say the word, accept it, and move on. You know? Caramel Long John. Caramel Long John. Who cares? It's a freaking word. Just say it and get it. So moving on. Positions. Now, I was obsessed and still am. So I think I can't get any higher than obsessed. So I think we're at a neutral moment right now. But this was a little underwhelming, but I love it. Like, I love it. I love Positions a lot. It was a little underwhelming, a tiny bit, but I love it. And I have no hate. I have no hate towards it. No hate. So, favorite songs. Safety Net, her best collaboration ever. Ever. Don't fight me on that. Don't fight me on that. Her best collaboration ever. All her collaborations are good, but this one takes top tier. It has to be number one. This one's her number one collaboration, period. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. If you disagree about this, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Safety Net, Ty Dolla $ign, impeccable. Perfection. I don't know. I don't know. It's just great. It's her best collaboration ever. I love it so much. Anyway, that's it on that one. And then Just Like Magic, this is millennial bop by definition. So like if you're like, oh, what's a millennial bop? And you'll be like, Just Like Magic. Like, come on, like, ugh, like manifesting shit and like, it's just like magic. Just like magic. Middle to my thumb, then I snap. It's just so great. I love it so much. It's got a nice chill bop to it. I don't know how else to say it. Anyway. And then my other one is West Side. I love West Side. It's got like a nice chill. I kind of feel like I'm in like a, you know how you're like in a smoke circle? Maybe you don't smoke, but for those who do, you know how you're like in a smoke circle and you're just like chilling with the homies and like the whole ambiance is smoky and chill and maybe there's like a blue light on or like a green light on and the ambiance is just very like chill. That's the vibes I get from it. But then like her lyrics and her delivery is just swag. Just swag. Just swag. Like swag. Like, come on, dude. It's so good. I love West Side. I think West Side might be my favorite from Positions, but Safety Net, best collaboration. Best collaboration. Come on. Don't fight me on that. But anyway, that was my whole tier list. I don't know. Can I rank these albums right now? Let me look at it. Sweetener's number one. Number one, Sweetener. I'd say number two is Positions. Even though I said it was underwhelming. I love it a lot, though. I'd say number three would be My Everything. Great. Pop appeal. Love it. And then Thank You Next would be number four. Yeah, number four, Thank You Next. Sure. Number five would be Dangerous Woman. And number six would be Yours Truly. I feel like that's a fair ranking. I don't know. Let me know your ranking down below. And if you disagree a lot and get really nasty, I might delete it. I don't get a lot of comments on my videos, but any of them that are nasty, I do delete them. Come at me, bitch. By the time I get like thousands and thousands of them, maybe I won't do that. But today's times, not much is happening. You talk nasty, bye. Like, I'm not here for the hate. I'm just here to goof off and have a good time. But definitely listen to these songs, listen to these albums, get a fried croissant. I know it's donut day, or tomorrow's donut day. First Friday of every June. First Friday of every June is donut day. Fun fact. Anyway, get a fried croissant. Ooh, motherfucker, I love this shit. Oh, let's just rip it off. So good. I love it so much. And if you're in St. Louis, go to the donut stop. They're open till noon, but they're open at like 4:30, so you have no excuse not to get there. They're so good. I love it. Anyway, until next time, Breaker Mighty. Bye.